Hello everyone. How are you all coping after 3 weeks of lockdown? Have you eaten your pets? Have you put your teenage children up for adoption yet? Things are tough at the moment for everyone, but as we hunker down, it looks as if the curve is actually flattening. My name is Donald Mackay from XA International Trade Advisors. We're an international trade consulting firm, and today we're going to talk about a special provision of the trade agreement we have with the EU. In October 2016, we began implementing the Economic Partnership Agreement between SADC and the EU. Trade agreements are designed to drive trade between the signatory countries, and the way that they typically do this is by giving preferential duties on product that's traded between these countries that are produced in one of the signatory countries. Now, in order to ensure that we don't end up with, for example, a Chinese product ending up in Europe and being repackaged and sent to South Africa, there are a set of rules in this agreement called the Rules of Origin. We're not going to spend any time today on dealing with these very complicated rules, but we are going to talk about the Certificate of Origin, which is the documentary proof that the exporter gives to say that the goods I am sending you does actually comply with the rules of origin of the agreement. This document is most commonly known as an EUR1, and you cannot get the preferential duty rate without this document. Now, under normal circumstances, this document has to physically be delivered to SARS, and this is usually done roughly at the time of clearance. So in order to help halt the spread of COVID-19, both SARS and the EU have agreed that this can be submitted electronically, and both authorities are given a 12-month period within which the original documents have to be delivered. So importantly, the rules still have to be complied with. And how do these rules normally work? Well, in order to get a certificate, if the goods are worth less than 6,000 euros, you can simply self-declare. And this means that you can confirm that you meet the origin requirements, you can sign off on the certificate, and there's no problem. If the goods are worth more than 6,000, you would typically need to go to the authorities and get the certificate of origin. Now, there's a particular program called the Approved Exporter Scheme, and this is done in terms of Article 25 of the agreement. So this Approved Exporter Scheme relaxes some of these requirements. Exports are obviously really important at a time like we're in at the moment, and this really is kind of a trade facilitation provision in the agreement. So to become an approved exporter, you need to be regularly trading, in our case, with Europe. And you need to be able to demonstrate that you can actually prove the origin of the goods. If you can do this and you become an approved exporter, that means you can self-declare origin going forward. You still need to, of course, be sure that you meet the requirements. You can delegate the signing of the certificate of origin to someone else. You still remain accountable, which means it is still your responsibility to know that you need to meet the requirements. And instead of 12 months, you will have 24 months within which you need to be able to produce the documents. If you want to find out more about how this works, if you want to find out more about how the trade agreement works, send us an email on covid19@xa.co.za, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be kept updated every time we put up a new video. Stay safe. Bye-bye.